We already know the five senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell. But those only help you survive. What most people don't realize is that you also have six higher faculties. These aren't physical senses, they're mental ones: imagination, intuition, memory, reason, perception, and will. And here's the kicker: confidence isn't about faking it, it's about learning to use these six superpowers. Let's start with the one that quietly controls everything. Chapter 1: Perception. Perception is the lens you see life through. The catch is, perception isn't reality, it's interpretation. Two people can face the same event and come away with completely different stories. One sees rejection, the other sees redirection. One sees failure, the other sees feedback. The event itself doesn't change, the lens does. Wayne Dyer once said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Psychology backs this up too. Cognitive behavioral therapy is built on teaching people to question the meaning they attach to experiences. And it's not the situation that breaks your confidence, it's the story you tell yourself about it. Think about walking into a room. If your perception is, "everyone's judging me," your body shrinks. You avoid eye contact, stick to the edges, but if your perception is, "people are curious about me," your posture opens up. You breathe easier. Others notice that energy and respond to it. The same room, the same people, only the lens changes. The tricky part is that most of us don't even realize we're wearing a filter. Maybe your lens was shaped years ago by a parent calling you shy, by a teacher saying you weren't good enough, or by an old failure that still echoes. The lens stays on, distorting everything you see. No wonder confidence feels unstable. You're trying to move through life with smudged glasses. The good news? Lenses can be changed. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing a perspective that serves you instead of sabotages you. Real confidence isn't about erasing insecurity. It's about refusing to let insecurity dictate the story you live by. Next time you feel small, pause and ask yourself, is this reality, or is this just my lens? Most of the time, it's the lens. Shift it, even slightly, and watch how differently you carry yourself. You'll start noticing opportunities you used to overlook, and people will start noticing you in a way they never did before. Chapter 2: Imagination. Imagination is one of the most underrated powers you have. People treat it like child's play, useful only for daydreaming or sketching superheroes in the margins of a notebook. But look around. Everything you see was born from imagination. The chair you're sitting on, the phone in your hand, the buildings in your city, all of it existed in someone's mind before it ever became real. Einstein famously said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Knowledge is about what already exists. Imagination is about creating what doesn't exist yet. And that's what confident people do. They don't just see themselves as they are, they use imagination to picture who they could become, and that vision pulls them forward. The problem is, most of us use imagination against ourselves. Instead of picturing success, we rehearse every way things could go wrong. That's worry. Psychologists call it negative imagination repeated on loop. No wonder confidence feels fragile. If you've already imagined yourself failing before you start, your body follows the script. But when you flip it, imagination becomes practice. Athletes have known this for decades. Michael Phelps visualized every stroke of his races before he swam them. By the time he hit the pool, his body already knew what to do. You can use the same approach. Imagine yourself walking into a meeting steady, speaking without your voice shaking, or asking that question with ease. It's not pretending, it's rehearsal. And yes, sometimes imagination will overshoot reality. You'll picture yourself crushing it, and maybe in real life you stumble. That's fine. The point isn't perfection, it's giving your brain a new reference point. When you imagine a confident version of yourself, even if you fall short, you still end up closer to that vision than if you'd only rehearsed disaster. So before your next big moment, don't rehearse failure. Try rehearsing calm instead. Spend 5 minutes imagining yourself walking tall, speaking clearly, or just breathing steadily. It's a small shift, but it primes your mind to follow through. And when your imagination works for you instead of against you, confidence doesn't feel forced. It starts to feel natural. Chapter 3. Memory. Memory is more than recall. It's not just remembering phone numbers or birthdays. Memory is the library your confidence pulls from. When you walk into a situation, your brain flips through the shelves of past experiences and says, okay, what do we know about this? That decision, what memory it pulls forward, can make or break your confidence in the moment. Here's the problem. Most of us have trained our memory to hold on to failures more tightly than wins. You can succeed 10 times, stumble once, and guess which one your brain replays on loop? The stumble. Neuroscience shows this too. The brain has a negativity bias, which means we naturally remember negative events more vividly. Confidence gets crushed under the weight of those old, unhelpful memories.